Hello, trading has closed on March 13th, 2024. We'll do our disclaimer, go over our calls, make some predictions. It's my trading plans for Thursday, which is the 14th of March, 2024. Please trade at your own risk. My calls can be wrong. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this. Tomorrow should also have the early low. The idea was that we thought this high would hold. We thought we were making a top in this area, and that as long as this high held, and ideally this high held, we would stick with our plan. And since they've held, we'll stick with our plan. Number of moves were called by the system as false moves. They've already retraced. That doesn't tell us anything about tomorrow. It's just a reminder of what we said. Just remember, we had last Friday called as a top. So we have the time. This is a pattern which is usually a positive pattern. As in early low, a late high. This late high is usually up here. When it isn't, it's weakened. It leads to more weakness. Now, tomorrow's open can substitute for today's close. So if we open up here, all is forgiven. Otherwise, this should lead to lower prices printing tomorrow. We still have not broken through this trend line. Until we do, you can't be certain that plan's going to work. The ideal situation for me would be gapping under this line tomorrow. Hasn't happened yet, but there's an economic report coming out before the open. It often leads to a big gap. And if we get the gap down, that'll be all we need to complete the picture. We have a wave count that works. Even on smaller time frames. No matter how small you get, it's still working. So we have the wave count, we have the time, and we have the negative daily pattern. Signals can fail, but you can't get better coordination than that to look for a move down. And if we gap up, the call's killed before the open. Well, tomorrow's pattern has the early low, regardless of where we open. The PPI report comes out before the open tomorrow. I can't predict the response to these economic reports with much accuracy. I'm just sticking with my plan. Today's normally bullish pattern wasn't bullish, it was bearish. Unless we gap and promptly overtake this high of day, should see lower prices tomorrow, which doesn't tell us how we close. In addition, we have a wave count and the time compatible with a significant intermediate top. Gapping into that blue trend line we showed is all we need to complete the picture. If that happens, any break needs confirmation, but so much negative stuff is going on here, I'd be surprised if it didn't happen. And if that happens, if, should have a decline with legs. So we have the setup. All we need is to break. And the fact that we couldn't break higher today is a warning sign that we should trade lower. Only thing that kills the idea is gapping, taking this high out early. And we aren't going to know that before. We aren't going to know that until we open tomorrow. It's a pattern with the early low. Things are looking down without this gap up, and that's today's call.